Okay, let me welcome all of you to another edition of our co-founder training. We do this on Mondays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just got done watching several really inspiring videos. What did you guys think of those videos? Were you inspired by the videos we just watched, guys?
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the way,
absolutely.
right from the heart.
Yeah. And so,
Yeah.
I kind of mixed it up a little bit, kind of showing people that the five-star lifestyle is fantastic and you guys should all have access to it. But in addition to that, we also got to be thinking about other people that, there's need in the world, and we want to definitely be there for those that find themselves in need. So I was just basically surfing Facebook, the other day, and I come across a friend of mine that I've known for years, and I see a logo that I don't recognize, and I see some activity that I do recognize. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And I decided to give him a call and say, what's up, man? And it turns out that he and I were involved in something for many years that was doing a lot of good things around the world. And uh, the last 2 years, that group has been more focused on technology than some of the really I felt like the heart and the spirit of the group. And one of the things the group was doing was feeding the hungry, all over the world. And I guess the group's not hasn't been continuing to do that over the last 2 years. They've been more focused on technology. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. So, but the spirit of that never left the heart of Mbe to go take care of those that are in need, right? So you've always carried that with
Right.
you. Yeah. So you were infected, and you're never going to lose that desire to help the less fortunate. And they're all over the world. They're right there where you live, right there in Africa, but they're also, India, Bangladesh, here in the Philippines, so really all over. And so um, I asked him what's going on with this because I noticed the activity of feeding people, and I was really pleased to see that. And when he told me that the previous group hadn't continued with that, and he decided just to start his own thing. And what's it called, Mbe? What's your own thing called?
It's called Feed the World Initiative.
All right, Feed the World Initiative. Can you maybe put your head over so we can look at your logo a little bit? All right, there we go. That's a nice looking logo, by the way. Okay.
Thank you very much.
And so basically, this is a full-on platform. And we did talk a little bit. Tell me more about how this works. How can people be involved, and how can people, because the win-win situation. That's one of the things we've talked about over the years is that you don't want to get into a situation where there's a win-lose. That always ends
Mhm.
badly. The best situations are when you win, they win, everybody wins, and everybody's happy. That's always the best, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. And I think you have managed to with your own thing. You started this. Yeah, you probably had like a couple of month pre-launch to it, but you officially started about 2 weeks ago, right?
Right,
So
right.
guys, you're going to be looking at something today that is like I would consider hot off the press. Like it's like fantastic. It's got huge potential, and it's at the beginning of something, and it's a win-win, right?
Right.
What does my community think of win-win? You guys like win-win situations, guys?
Yes.
Most
Absolutely.
definitely,
Most
always.
definitely, man.
Well, anyway, so
Always.
we
Love the win, win, win. I don't like losing.
we started this situation out where I then told Mbe what I've been up to for a while, and he says, "All right, I'm in," and he comes in and joins, and within 10 minutes of joining, he becomes a well in
Mhm.
pool funding. So let's congratulate him for his choice to become a well so soon.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the
Congratulations.
club.
Thank you
Yep,
very much.
welcome to the club.
Thank you.
All right, so Mbe here, I want him to tell you all about World Coin, the world Feed World Coin.
Feed the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Feed the World organization and its currency, because the
Right,
currency is where the magic happens, where you can create that win-win, right? So
right.
Yeah, there's lots of organizations out there constantly asking for money for donations, but other than, a thank you, you really don't see much more than that, and it's hard to perpetuate that because, everybody's got needs, right? So, but if what if it became, equally beneficial to do good things in the world? What about that? That's a pretty good idea. What do you guys think? Just the idea of that. You guys like that idea?
Yes,
Good
yes, yes,
idea.
yes,
Any
yes.
word could change
Makes
the
sense.
world.
All right, so let's give our full support to listening to the Mbe explain his platform as a well in pool funding. He's going to share his platform, his vision, and how then again we can support what he is doing because all of our wells are going to have a vision and something that will benefit humanity and help expand and make things better for the world. And Mbe will just say it's leading with the very first platform for our wells since he's already launched it 2 weeks ago. We'll go ahead and
Right.
support that and call it a platform. And we're all about supporting the wells. We want to support the wells in their platforms because they're holding most of our coins, guys. We want to make sure that we get excited about what they're doing. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Very much.
Okay. All right.
Definitely, man.
Definitely,
So,
most
sense.
definitely,
Yep.
man.
So go ahead and tell us about your platform there, Mbe, and feel free to speak about your branding and all that, and tell us the floor is yours. Take as much time as you need.
Okay, thank you so very much. Really appreciate this time. And I want to say hello and good morning again to everyone. I'm so much excited to be here. Like you have seen, my name is Mbe Derrick, and I'm a web entrepreneur. And of course, I have worked with Ace before for some years back. And then, just like he explained, in that spirit of sharing, in that spirit of looking into the world and see how you can provide some of the solutions, because there are lots and lots of problems out there. So we decided to start something known as Feed the World Initiative. So if Ace will permit me, I will be sharing my screen to show you some of the things. We launched like on the 20th, that was on the 20th of May, even though the website has been there like 2 months, but we officially launched on the 20th of May. And the organization is known as Feed the World Initiative. Feed the World Initiative has basically 4 projects. Let me quickly share my screen to show you. We have 4 projects that we really want to expand on. This is the website, feedtheworldinitiative.org. And our projects, we want to provide foodstuffs and also agriculture. We want to grow our own crops, and we have water project. When you look all over the world, statistics shows that lots and lot of communities lack water. People have to move from one area to another, very long distances to get water. So we shall be providing boreholes for a start, solar-powered pumps, rainwater harvesting system, and purification units in areas that are water deprived. So that is one of our projects. And then we have the world today is evolving towards the Web3, and we are also looking forward to provide Web3 training programs as far as blockchain is concerned. And lastly, we have the healthcare program. So that is our 4 main activities. So this organization, Feed the World Initiative, we told ourselves that we can't just do this without having a support. So we decided now to create our own coin known as Feed the World Coin. And this Feed the World Coin will help us. Let me quickly show you something really quick here. So, oops, sorry about this. So, Feed the World Coin, we launch on the 20th of May, and ever since we launched on the 20th of May, members, we have had so far 568 holders 2 weeks ago. And members have been able to make up to 10x within 2 weeks. People have been able to make some nice income for themselves within these 2 weeks. And we are still moving forward. We are holding very strong. And recently we just got listed on CoinGecko, and we have applied this week to be listed on CoinMarketCap. So the whole idea is for us to be able to raise funds from our coin, known as Feed the World coin, in order to solve some of the basic humanitarian needs. And what are these? What are these needs? Our vision and mission is to be able to empower communities, a kind of decentralized humanitarian aid using blockchain. Okay, let me increase the vision. All right. So to create a global community united by transparent blockchain powered, transforming lives through collective kindness and sustainable impacts. So we want to empower communities through blockchain-based fundings, ensuring 100% traceability of donations via smart contracts, enable global participation in social impact through a DAO-governed ecosystem, educating and equipping underserved population with Web3 tools and, of course, knowledge. Statistically, we have crisis all over the world. We have 828 million people who goes to bed hungry every day. All right, this is UN statistics. So we have 244 areas that lack school where children don't go to school, and we have 400 million people lack access to essential healthcare worldwide. That's from 2023. We have 100 million people who are pushed into extreme poverty each year due to out-of-pocket health expenses. So these are some of the statistics that is global, and we all believe, like Ace taught me many years ago, that poverty is man-made. The world is filled with abundance, and we don't really expect people to be suffering this much when we have everything that we need. When we look out there, we look at the water, we look at the sea, we look at nature. It's in abundance. So why should there be lack when there is a lot of abundance out here? So we are providing a solution through our Feed the World coin, and this, unlike conventional aid models, Feed the World leverage on blockchain transparency and decentralized action to deliver real impact where and when is needed. So far, these are some of the team members in Cameroon. We are global. We are just starting. And like I was explaining later on, fighting hunger with dignity, distributing food parcels and essential groceries to homeless individuals and low-income families. Partners with local shelter and volunteer to reach underserved areas. Goes beyond food, offering warmth, care, and human connections. We want to also provide clean water, install wells, water tanks, and filtration system in water-scarce regions. We want to partner with sustainability experts to ensure long-term clean water infrastructures. We also want to empower local communities to manage and maintain water system. As far as medical care is concerned, we want to fund medical supplies, checkups, and treatment for residents in care homes and also royal clinics. We want to support access to mental health resources and disability care. We also want to mobilize decentralized donations to fill healthcare gaps in forgotten communities. So as far as education is concerned, we want to provide schools, school supplies, internet access, and scholarships for children in underserved regions. We also want to support informal learning centers and remote classrooms using digital tools. So these are some of the solutions that we are providing, and this is going to happen through a token-based contribution that is our Feed the World coin. Donors will be able to purchase or earn Feed the World. Imagine that you are earning our token when you do a donation to our community, and this token will be increasing in value every day. Like those who donated from day one, their token has already multiplied 10 times, so they still have enough to donate. Usually people donate on the other conventional way, but here you donate and we give you a token to say thank you. And that token is also increasing in value as the members are coming in, as the community keeps growing. So each token represents real world impact: food, water, healthcare, education, and shelter. We want to do a kind of transparent. We are very transparent because users choose a cause or campaign directly in the platform. Every donation is tracked on chain, ensuring complete transparency and traceability. Smart contracts automatically allocate funds to verified partners and initiatives. So decentralized allocations, all what we want to do, we just want to be very, very transparent in what we are doing. So by the time we're doing this presentation, we were actually around 1 point something million dollar market cap. Of course, we went up to $3 million market cap and $2 million market cap, 520 holders when I was doing this presentation, but we're at 560, almost 70 right now, made more than 600%. Price is up at launch from $0.0002104 per coin. And currently we are at 0.00. So we have been able to cancel 10 from the moment we launch, and everybody's happy. Everybody has made money. People have made like 10x. And our vision is to be able to reach at least $0.1 per coin before December. That is our vision. We really want to work so that we will definitely have more homes to feed. We'll definitely solve more of these humanitarian problems. Our ecosystem, you can all see that from the website. The tokenomics, we have been able to allocate funds for each activities, for development, liquidity, treasury, ecosystem, the team, and others. So in that spirit of sharing and to show people exactly what we are doing, let me quickly show you. If you come to our Facebook page here, or my Facebook page here, you will definitely see some of the things that we have been doing ever since we started. And I want to show you real world impacts here. Many of you might not really understand how some people are living. To be completely honest with you, there are a lot of people that are suffering out here. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, look at where people are living. These are receivers, people receiving our gifts. We make sure that every day we are feeding a home. Every day, as people buy our token, we'll definitely have enough to be feeding our homes every day, to be feeding these homes every day. So people are living in extreme poverty. Some are even living in places like this. This is very risky, according to me. I don't know about you, what you think about this, but when I look at this family, I wish I have enough funding so far to just relocate these people out from this place, because this is a slum. This is a slum, and people are living here. Look at the kind of house they are living in. So we came to support this family. When we see this, you can imagine the kind of things that are happening here: diseases, cholera, what have you. People are living in these kind of places, and we don't only live a life where we want to enjoy. We want to look at families like this. We want to be able to support and get them out of these kind of places. Here, sickness is very common. Cholera here will be very, very common, and other types of disease, malaria, typhoid, and what have you. So we want to support these kind of communities, and they are so common in sub-Sahara areas in Africa. These are some of the areas we are supporting. We were here. We supported this family with food, and I'm telling you some of the things that we saw. I don't know if I have the right word to explain what we saw in these kind of places. So we keep supporting these families. We keep supporting even those that are old. There are some families that are really old, and there is nobody to take care of them. Look at this kind of situation like this. So you can see she is sick. Anyway, this person is speaking with French. He's speaking but French, but just saying that this mother, she's very, very sick, and there is nobody to take care of her. So we reach out to them. We have a team that every day they are reaching out, carrying out needs assessment, trying to figure out some of these families that they really need support. So we reach out to them. This is another one. Look at this lady. So he's trying to say, she's trying to say, this is Mamango. No, she's blind, she's sick, She cannot work, so we reach out to support her. There are just so many of us, so many families that we are reaching out. Like our first project is food, providing food to homes every day. And then from here, we shall start providing boreholes, water to areas that they don't have water. But we start with our first project, which is providing food to families.
Merci à Dieu. Pourquoi maintenant comme ça, là, on manque
All right, so she's just blessing God and thanking us for what we have been able to bless her with. So yeah, each family is having like 10 kilograms bags of rice, vegetable oil. We have something like cassava flour and washing soap. In fact, something that can take them for at least 1 or 2 weeks. From our needs assessment, there are families that barely eat per day. So we try as much as providing these food items. And then when we go to families that need that we have young people there, we now try to bring them to our community and train them on our Web3 program. So we don't only provide food because we know that we cannot provide food forever. We also provide a long-term solution. We also provide a livelihood program where we go to families that are really, really suffering. The young people that are there, we bring them together and try to sponsor them in education, sponsor them on a program that can enable them to have money as they move forward. Like this kind of families, if we have this kind of young guy here, maybe he's a school dropout, we bring you and then ask you what you want to do, and then we see how we can mobilize funds to support you. So there are just so many this week we have been able to feed more than 50 homes with food items that can take them for at least 2 weeks. Just this week, we are starting a new week. Today is Monday. Anyway, breaking Tuesday for me. So we have a budget now of feeding 100 homes this week. This week that is starting, we have a budget to feed at least 100 homes. So we have a Facebook page here known as Feed the World Initiative. Feed the World Initiative. You might want to follow the page and see some of the things that we are doing, and you can also follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter here at Feed the World Initiative. This is our Twitter page. You'll see our logo here. Feed the World. Just feed the world like that. So we are looking for supporters. You guys have seen how people are living. And this is not the only place. We have been to many countries all over the world. Ace can testify that. Even in Asia, even in the Philippines, even in Bangladesh, Papua New Guinea, these are areas that they need this kind of support. And we think that while we become whales in pool funding, these are some of the things that we need to be looking at. We need to be seeing how we can support humanity, because these are human beings, and we see no reason why they should be suffering the way they are suffering. So, ladies and gentlemen, I really want to thank all of you. All you need to do to join us is to have a Phantom wallet. You create a Phantom wallet, and then you add some Solana inside. And then once you add some Solana inside, you can now have our dApps websites, and then you can now swap. You can now swap, buy some. You can also do donation, all right? After making some money, you can now do donation here on our page. So app.feedtheworldinitiative.org. This is our website where you can trade our token, where you can buy our token, where you can do donation. You can also read our white paper here to see exactly what we are doing, And for our organizational website is feedtheworldinitiative.org. If you have any question or any problem or anything you want to ask, you just click on contact us, and then you send us a mail, and then you want to partner with us, whatever you want to do with us. But we are looking for partners, we are looking for sponsors, we are looking for people all over the world who will be able to support us. Thank you so very much, Ace. I truly appreciate this time that you have given me.
All right, that was a beautiful presentation. So let's get a response from the group here. What do you think about the presentation you just saw? How does that sound to you guys?
Very impressive.
Good.
Yeah.
Very inspiring.
All right, I am glad to hear that. Very glad to
You
hear
know,
that.
it's definitely-
I'm very moved while he was making the presentation. I went on my Phantom wallet and I made a purchase. That's a
Wow.
small amount of $20, just to start off.
Yay, awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So it
Thank
begins.
you.
So it begins. But I beat you. But I did beat you to it there. Let me share my screen. Let's see here. I made a donation as well here.
Right.
A very generous donation, right, Mbe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very generous.
yeah. So there you go. And listen, guys, what I like about the win-win that he's created here, when you click that donation button, as soon as you send, you're going to be sending Solano, right? That's how the donations are made in Solano, right?
Right.
And
Right.
that's basically the network that you're doing your coin off of. And then and then immediately, as soon as you send that donation, 50% at the current market value of what you sent in donation is sent to you in the world, in the Feed the World coin immediately, right? And
Right.
I personally experienced that. And then the remaining 50% is doled out to you over the next 12 months. Is that right?
No, what we do is that you have only 50% of the coin, and then the rest now we use it now to give it out. So you are actually giving out 50% and receive 50% of our coin for those doing donation. But for those that just want to buy, no problem. They have 100% of their coin.
Yeah. But I'm talking, you were mentioning to me something about over 12 months. What was the 12-month thing? Or am I mistaken?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you hear me? It kind of cut out for a second.
All right.
So I just recalled in our conversation something about 12 months. What was that all about?
Yeah, so the team was looking to see how we could divide 50% for 12 months, but recently we have decided that when you donate, let's say you donate $100, you receive $50 worth of Feed the World coin, and the rest of it, the other $50, we assume that is donation that is going to feed a home for that day. So you are
Right.
feeding at least a home.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I get it. So basically, you were talking about a plan that you hadn't quite finalized, and you just in but between
Right.
conversations, now you finalized it. Now I get it. Now I get
Right.
it. But either way, the way I look at it, if you have an opportunity to get in front of something that's early, how many donors do you have now, or how many holders of your coin are there now
We have 560 as from today.
as of today? So 560 holders, and
Yeah.
they're obviously interested in the cause. And so you can only imagine that 560, that number is going to grow with all the social media that they're doing. And they're doing, things what I would consider very traditional, like in when it comes to, when you see coins going out there. And it does work. You know what I'm saying? It does work. And so there's a very good chance that you can see that the value of the coin that you got, the 50% that you got, increase in value. So imagine being able to, take care of needy people and then end up, getting back more financially than what you contributed. So that's kind of built into your donation platform by sending 50% of the coin to people, which is beautiful. What do you guys think of that idea?
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
sounds-
Absolutely.
sounds very good.
Yeah, so good. So how many what's the total supply of coin?
The total supply is 1.5 billion,
1.5
but
billion coin.
we released just about 21% of that 1.5 billion because we want to have a long-term vision. We realize that if we release all the coin, people might just be dumping on others, and then it might not make sense. So the other 80% will be released within 12 months. Every month, we'll be adding into your wallet for those who actually came in during the pre-sale. So we are not going to release everything at once. Just 20% is out there circulating. The rest is locked.
Got it. Okay, so you got most of the coins locked up, and
Right.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So the idea is like right now it's last time I looked at the chart, it was 0.001 in the
Right.
per coin, right? So
Right.
50% of anything would be a lot of coin. You're going to end up with many coins, and then
Of course.
you know, you got me in my corner, in your corner there, and you know, so for sure, you got my support on the idea of that value going up, you know, and so your target for December is what? The price target is what?
$0.1 per coin.
$0.1. Is that 10 cents per coin?
Yes. Yeah, 10 cents per coin.
Okay, got it. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm American, so so 10 cents a coin. So right now you can get the coin for a tenth of 1 cent. Like it takes 10 of
Right.
these coins to add up to 1 cent, and it's gonna so
Mhm.
basically that's 100x. So basically between now and December, the projected gain would be 100x, if I'm doing my math
Yes.
correctly. Okay.
Correctly. Yeah.
Do you guys like hearing numbers like that? 100x, does that sound good?
Every
Yeah, man,
day.
that sounds great, man.
Absolutely.
What network, excuse me, what network is that coin on?
Solana network.
Solana.
Right.
Solana? Okay, thanks.
Yeah, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
you know, pool funding, we're kind of the exact opposite strategy. You know, in the sense that we have very little supply in the market. Like you know, nothing even remotely close to 20% of the minted coins. But the idea is we want to slowly distribute them through our giveaway over the next 100 years, right? So how many people can we get to the
Right.
point where they're receiving $3,000 a month, every month, month after month after month after month? How many people can we get that out to, right? But see, our coin prices have to be very, very high to absorb that dollar value. If you think about people times money, right? We need very high price coins in order to make all the math work. Okay. That's our approach in pool funding. But you can see all kinds of junk coins out there that you have no real purpose other than to you know, a fast buck, and those come and go like crazy. But the vision here for Feed the World is a lifetime pursuit for Imbe. Am I right about that? You're dedicated to
Right.
it. Yeah.
Right. Very correct.
Okay, so this is not just a fly-by-night coin, guys. And
No.
you're catching it within 2 weeks of it launching. So are you guys excited about our very first well platform in pool funding and the nature of it and the potential of what it could be to help support it? What do you guys think of
I
that?
think it's a wonderful program. to
Absolutely.
start
Wonderful
with.
project right there, man.
You know, it's a
Thank you.
humanitarian effort, and you
Yeah.
know, everybody should feel really good about that. Like you say, it's not just a coin going out there. It's got a lot of meaning and heart to it. So yeah, it's wonderful.
And it's a rarity. Like it's like a diamond in a bed of coal, you know what I'm saying? So it's you know, there's so many different things in the digital money space that, you know, it's that coal, right? But you know, this is a diamond for sure, and I recognize that. And you know, and I'm glad that that Imbe has got that vision that started so many years ago, and you know, and not going to wait for someone else to do something that he can do, you know, make it happen. And listen, sometimes you just start with an idea. Am I right, Imbe? Sometimes you start with nothing,
You're right. You're right.
except an idea. But then the
Mhm.
power of your voice, how powerful is it, right?
Oh, very powerful.
And I'm trying to unlock all of our members. This is the part we need to unlock. Okay,
Yes.
too many members, and it's too many people in humanity. Period. Their voices have been blocked or choked or locked out. It's time for us to have a voice again, and to start
Right.
speaking into existence the world we want to live in, and stop accepting the world that maybe we perceive as is. And yes, we can together change the world. Okay.
Right.
And so
Right.
each of you as wells are going to have an ever increasing financial means to change the world. The only thing that you need to add to that is a vision, which will turn into a platform that we can support. Okay. Right. So this just happens to be the first platform. It's not going to be the last. And I hope that you guys will look at all the platforms that the well, you know, all the opportunities that the wells come up with, as far as their idea of how to make the world a better place, and at least listen to what they want to do. And then if you find that it resonates with you, then support it. I'm not telling you to support everything. You're going to support that which resonates. I'm not asking anybody to do anything more than that. What we want to do is flood the world with opportunity, not obligation. Okay. So we want people to have, be in the earlier, I showed you the 5-star breakfast buffet, like with 1,000 choices. Okay.
Right.
Okay. It should be like that. Okay. Opportunity galore, but obviously you can't eat it all. You're gonna get you're gonna get okay. All right, Rosalie. Somebody got excited.
Right.
So again, I want to thank Mbe for coming and joining us, and then immediately becoming a well. Think about that, guys. He joined. Within 10 minutes of joining, he became a well. He didn't wait 7 days. He didn't just only look, try out the giveaway. You're excited about that too, Mbe, right?
I'm very much excited.
Yeah, and $3,000 a month, that sounds like an even better giveaway, right?
Of course.
Than
More homes to
777.
feed.
Yeah. It only takes one referral, so we're looking forward to you getting your first referral, so you qualify for that. And
Okay.
and then $3,000 a month, because here's what I hope we can do for you, Mbe, is we hope that as far as taking care of Mbe, okay, that the Feed the World coin it doesn't need to be used to cover your lifestyle in any way, shape, or form, and then you could come out
Okay.
a brilliant, like, hey, none of this is for me, zero. I've got other
Mhm.
ways of making money, like pool funding.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so and then have that be the case, so that you can be kind of like a saint or spotless, in presenting Feed the World coin out there to the world,
Right.
and say, so many of these charities, they take 90% and say it's for administrative costs. And it's like, oh my goodness, it's just backwards how this world sometimes is.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, pool funding could be one of the things that you take advantage of, Mbe, that you'll never have to worry about you and your family.
Yeah.
You simply just put all of your attention on those that are in need, because there's going to be need in the world for a while, and until we finally arrive at the vision we all see in our hearts. That's there. Even maybe it's a glimmer for some of you. You can't, it's there. There's a vision of a world where no man, woman, or child lives a life without dignity.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
Imagine some of these people. They live with hunger. They live with poverty, and how undignified that is. And that's no way to treat a species of any kind. You know, Sometimes we treat our cats and dogs better than we treat people. It's not right. So
Right.
together we can wake up and see a different world, and provide opportunities, so that we lift ourselves as a humanity out of that morass of backwardness, into more straightforwardness, and have a world that we can be proud of, and know that we also contributed to it being so. So, Mbe, you're on Telegram. Would you mind going into the chat here and just put in your Telegram, contact information? So, because most of us that are members are, they'd probably be great for them to connect with you directly. And then anybody that
Okay.
needs a little help using Solano, I learned how to use Solano the first time. Mbe had to teach me, so, Mbe taught me how to use Solano. So I never had used that coin before until Mbe showed me how the other day.
Right.
So yeah, reach out to him directly on Telegram and schedule an appointment for him. If you're interested in taking advantage of this in any way, you could just be a market buyer, you could be a donor, whatever you want to do. But at least put your heart into it. Now, let me ask all of my community a question here. Let me take it off the speaker screen and go back to gallery. Let me ask all of you guys a question. Let's say, fast forward, you're making $90,000 a month and pool funding is consistent. It's just rolling in month, $90,000 a month. At that point in your life, how many of you would want to take care of the needy? If you have $90,000 a month, how many of you would actually take care of the needy and be interested in something like this for sure, 100%? How many of you would do that?
Right away.
Right
Right away. Right away. They gotta give
Definitely.
back. You
All
know.
right. So I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Okay. You don't need to wait till you got $90,000 a month in to find that you have the means to do so. Let me tell you something that's invisible that most people can't see, but I see it. Mbe sees it. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you something that's invisible to most people that can't see it. And that is the certain principles and laws that exist in the universe that we happen to reside in. Okay. We're here, and there's things that happen, like how many of you have seen gravity, for example? Have you seen gravity? Right? In some ways you can
Right.
say yes, but because every time you take a step, you can see that your foot goes down to take another, right? But on the other hand, it's not like visible, like like it's an object or something. Well, just like that, and like the air, we know there's air, but you can't necessarily see it per se, right? But we breathe it in every day. So there's a lot of things that are invisible to us, but they're there and they're real. And let me tell you, I call it the 10x law. Okay, and that the way that one works is that when you give, when you give out of your heart, because it's important, it comes from the heart, right? So when you give out of your heart, 10 times whatever you give comes back to you. Okay, so how many of you like that idea? If you give $1, $10 is going to come back to you somehow, some way. It just will manifest into your life. How many of you like that?
And that's the law.
Yep.
That's nice.
I
It's
love
great.
it.
That's nice.
So it's a secret, okay? But it's one we want to share. Don't we want to share that secret? Let everybody know about that secret. That 10x law, that whatever you give is going to come back and multiplied. It's going to be multiplied back to you, and you're going to benefit from that 10x, right? Because we all have needs, right? We all find ourselves from time to time in our lifetimes wanting and maybe needing some help ourselves, right? But we don't want to be living our entire life in those kind of conditions. And sometimes we just have to learn to open our heart and give so that the universe will say, oh, we have a giver over here. We need to provide more because we have a giver. And then they give some more. Oh, well, we need to start adding more up. So the universe kind of comes in and just, the more you give, the more you get back. And then that's what escalates you. Whereas if you go to more of a mathematical, you're only looking at the math of it all, right? If I give something, maybe I don't get anything back. You know what I'm saying? So if you're only looking at from the mathematical point of view, like whatever you give is a loss, right? And unfortunately, most people in the world look at it mathematically. I've given something and it's gone, right? I've lost it. What I've given is gone. And unfortunately, by looking at it from that point of view, they're not seeing the underlying law that says it's going to come back if you give. And then what happens, a lot of people fail to give because they're just doing the math only, and they're not open to receiving what will come if by giving through the heart. So my advice to you is that look for generosity wherever you can, in others, in yourself, and and embrace that idea of being generous, right? I've gotten to the point in my lifetime that miracles have happened so often and so frequently, that I've witnessed with my own eyes, unexplainable. Things don't add up. The law of physics can't explain it. But I've seen miracles. I'm at the point where I expect miracles today. So I don't I'm never surprised to see a miracle. It's like, oh, there's another one. I just acknowledge them. There's another. And frankly, if you're going to be a visionary, then you have to see past the current conditions into a future that does already exist, by the way, and just tap into its abundance and pull yourself through it. Okay. And so reality is much stranger than most of you give it credit. Okay. Most people look at reality as something super tangible and super, evident, but I'm telling you, it's the parts that are not evident that make the reality such a strange thing after all, as you start to investigate what is reality. It is far more complex and deep than most people will give it credit. And that's the beauty of it all, after all. That's what makes it so beautiful, is that it is complex and it is it's multi-layered, it's amazing, beautiful thing. So inside of each of you is that reality. That's where the power is. It's always been there. Okay. You are way more powerful than you probably given yourself credit. Okay. And some of you have already said to yourself, well, I can't be a will, I can't afford it, well, I can't do this, I can't do that because this reason and that reason. And all you're doing is speaking into existence that particular experience, right? Which that experience will come. Whatever you put out there will come. You build it, it will come, right? So you want to be a little more conscious, actually, as to what you bring into reality, because whatever you call for, it will arrive. Okay, if you call for it, that's the whole point of it. The law of attraction, whatever, That's why Bob Marley said, "Don't worry, be happy." Okay, because that's the power of the message. There is that
One love, brother. One love.
yeah, and One Love. And so many good songs, like all of his stuff. He was a genius. And anyway, but the point is that the people that worry, they're drawing things that they're worrying about. Even they're just piling on, more things to worry about, right? But people that don't worry, if you look at my forehead, does it look like I worry? Just to examine the forehead. Do I look like a person that worries?
Yep. You're worried about that beard growing good enough for Christmas.
I don't think at my age. I see people my age, and it looks like hills and valleys, But
Hey,
yeah.
hey, somebody told me you're only 16.
Well, there you go. Thanks, buddy. So the thing is, worry is what really the thing you want to get away from. Don't worry about anything. Never worry about anything. Acknowledge things, right? I'm not telling you to just, ignore everything. Acknowledge it, and be more solution oriented, right? People that are more problem oriented are always focused on the problem, whereas the person that, sees a problem, then they immediately go into solution mode. Okay, what could potentially be the solution here? Well, Mbe and I and others have come together over the years looking at this whole thing about, the hunger in this world and how that's just, we don't want to live in a world that's full of hunger, right, Mbe?
Right.
I mean, and what was it? Almost 1 billion people back in 2023, according to the United Nations, almost 1 billion people. So like 1 out of 8 people go to bed hungry. That ain't right. Okay. That ain't right. That's messed up.
All right.
Funny thing is, it's not just in Africa, guys. The problem's just as bad in the USA. Okay. Canada, it's all over. There's hungry people everywhere. Okay. And we can do something about that. Okay. And thank goodness for, Mbe and what he's putting out there is that definitely could end up being a big part of what makes the future a much better place for us all to be in. I got kids, I got grandkids, I want their future to be bright, and I'm doing my best while I'm here to do my part to make it bright. And I know each of you keep coming every one of these trainings because it lights you up. Do these trainings light you up? Am I right about that?
Very inspiring.
Yeah.
Yep.
You get lit up, I just throw flamethrower on you for a little while and you're all toasty and everything, and you go out there and do something good with it. So that's the whole point. That's why you want to get more people to the training. Because I've unlocked my voice. I don't have a problem there. Okay. Get them in front of me and let me inspire them to be the best that they can be, because I think too many of us are not living up to our full potential. And if we can just inspire people and let them know that they are powerful, and that if you consider yourself to be a human being, or as I like to say, if you're being human, okay, if that's you, then you are powerful. End of statement. Period. Okay. Whether you realize it or not, right? You are powerful. And how we define that power, well, it's got a lot of definitions, but let's just say that financial things are going to be the easy part of it all, right? That's, unlocking the financial powers, that's going to be easy, but some of you have great gifts, amazing, incredible gifts that need to be unlocked. And we want to help each of you to do that. And what if we could just remove that whole financial concern out of your life so that you could just focus on unlocking your gifts? How does that sound? That sound good, guys?
Sound great.
So there you go. All
Great.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the participation today. We do appreciate that. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you all for coming. No, I don't want to give you any updates today because I don't want to water down the message. So you can look forward to more updates on Thursday. And there's going to be some good ones, by the way, some good updates to share with you, really good ones. So you'll get updated on Thursday at our next co-founder training. Things are moving along great in probably many things that you're already thinking about. And but today's message, I just want you to be very, very clear that we want to support the platforms of our wells, especially those opportunities within those platforms that really resonate with you as an individual. And everything's done at the individual level. And pool funding is meant to empower the individual, right, to do good, right? Empower the individual to do good. And that's it. That's what we're here to do. And any final words from you, Mbe, before I close out?
Well, I just want to say thank you, Ace, and I want to say thank you to everyone. I think this is the beginning of a bigger future. Thank you.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
You're
Thank you
welcome,
for
my brother.
coming.
You're welcome.
I'm really proud of you, Mbe. All right, so let me think for a second here.
A second is up.
Yeah, that took a little longer. I want to come up with something good, but something like
Feed the world.
well, it's feed the world is it. But it's let me think for a second.
That's it.
Let's just say that together
We are the world.
together we can end hunger. How about that one? You guys, what do you think about that?
Yep.
Together we can end hunger. Is that okay? All right. How about
Yeah.
Yep.
how about we end with that? Everybody unmute and say, together we can
Say
end
again.
hunger.
Together.
Together we can end hunger.
And
Hunger.
hunger.
We can
end hunger.
Together we can end
Thank you
hunger.
all for coming. Appreciate that.